Delhi gang rape convicts hanged in Delhi's Tihar Jail after Delhi High Court and Supreme Court reject last-ditch attempts of plea by convicts' lawyers in late-night hearings. Prime Minister Narendra Modi appeals for Sunday's Janata Curfew, wins endorsement from across the country. Prime Minister also announces a task force to deal with economic challenges, assuring citizens of availability of essentials. Prime Minister asks people to avoid panic buying. Government sets up its measures to fight coronavirus, bans arrival of scheduled international commercial flights into India for 1 week starting March 22nd, stops the exports of ventilators, masks and textile raw materials for masks as number of active cases in India rises to 171. COVID-19 death toll in Italy goes past 3,400, overtakes that of China where the virus originated after China reports 0 new local transmissions for the first time since the outbreak. Trump endorses anti-malarial drug chloroquine for treating COVID-19. And Madhya Pradesh government faces floor test today following the Supreme Court order over the political drama. Apex Court orders that voting by show of hands be recorded on video. Speaker accepts resignation of all rebel MLAs. Good morning. Those are the headlines at 10:30. I am Anil Thomas. Now for the stories in detail. The 4 men convicted of the Delhi rape and murder of a Delhi woman on December 16, 2012 were hanged at pre-dawn today. Mukesh Singh, Pawan Gupta, Vinay Sharma and Akshay Kumar Singh were executed at 5:30 a.m. for the assault in an empty moving bus on a 23-year-old physiotherapy intern who came to be known the world over as Nirbhaya, the fearless one. This is the first time that 4 men have been hanged together in Tihar Jail. 6 people, including the 4 convicts and the juvenile, were named as accused. While Ram Singh allegedly committed suicide in Tihar Jail, days after the trial began in the case, the juvenile was released in 2015 after spending 3 years in a correctional home. The emotional mother hugged Nirbhaya's picture and said, "Finally, you got justice." She said that this day is dedicated to the daughters of the country. She also thanked the judiciary and the government.
फाइनली उनको फांसी पे लटका दिया गया है। ये आज 7 साल का संघर्ष था। ये पहली बार है जो 4 मुजरिमों को फांसी पर लटकाया गया है। ये पहली बार है कि एक देश में बच्ची के साथ रेप बलात्कार हुआ था। आज पहली बार उसको इंसाफ मिला। आज का दिन 20 मार्च है। आज का दिन हमारी बच्चियों के नाम, हमारी महिलाओं के नाम, क्योंकि आज का दिन निर्भया को इंसाफ मिला, पूरे देश के बच्चियों को इंसाफ मिला। मैं सभी लोगों को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देती हूँ। खासकर अब देर से ही सही इंसाफ मिला। मैं अपने जुडिशरी को, अपने न्याय व्यवस्था को, अपने राष्ट्रपति महामहिम को, अपने सरकारों को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देती हूँ कि जिस तरह से निर्भया के केस में डिले टैक्टिक्स अपनाई गई, एक एक करके पटिशन डाली गई, लेकिन जिस तरह से पटिशन डाली गई उसी तरह से हमारी अदालतों ने सक्रिय होकर एक एक पटिशन को खारिज किया। फाइनली आज हम उस मुकाम पे पहुंचे, उनको फांसी दी गई, निर्भया को इंसाफ मिला। जिस तरह से 2012 में घटना हुई थी निर्भया के साथ, लोग शर्मसार हुए थे, हमारा देश शर्मसार हुआ था, लेकिन फाइनली देर से ही सही, लेकिन आज हमारी जुडिशरी ने इन चारों को फांसी देकर साबित किया कि नहीं, अगर महिलाओं के साथ, बच्चियों के साथ अगर ऐसा घिनौना अपराध होगा तो बच्चियों को इंसाफ मिलेगा और मुजरिमों को सजा मिलेगी।
Nirbhaya's mother also said that this fight was started after she left us. The struggle was for her, but she will continue this fight in the future for our daughters. She added that we all must unite to ensure that our daughters remain safe wherever they go.
जब तक हम सहते रहेंगे तब तक हमारे साथ क्राइम होता रहेगा। तो मैं सभी माँ बाप से, सभी परिवारों से यही कहना चाहती हूँ कि अगर आपके आसपास या आपके घर में ऐसा कुछ होता है तो सबसे पहले जरूरी है कि आप उस बच्ची को, उस महिला को सपोर्ट करिए, रिपोर्ट कराइए और जो भी मुजरिम है उनको सलाखों के पीछे भी।
Nirbhaya's father termed the wait for justice was painful and agonizing, but asserted that justice finally has been served.
निर्भया के लिए दिन ही नहीं बल्कि पूरे देश की महिलाओं का दिन है, न्याय का दिन है, सुरक्षा का दिन है, बहुत बड़ा दिन है। इस दिन को हम कितने भी व्याख्या कर लें कम पड़ जाएगा। क्यों कि आप जहां से भी आपको खबर मिलती होगी, हर जगह से एक ही होगा कि निर्भया को आज न्याय मिल गया, हम खुश हैं। सभी लोग इस बात को कहेंगे।
Nirbhaya's lawyer Seema Kushwaha said the verdict will prove to be a lesson for those who conduct such heinous crimes. She also said that there should be a change in the mindset of people and those who conduct such crimes should be punished severely.
निर्भया के साथ उन्होंने दरिंदगी की थी, उसका जो मैक्सिमम पनिशमेंट डेथ सेंटेंस है वो उनको मिला। और ये एक पूरा देश सबक लेगा जिस तरीके का ये माइंडसेट लोग रखते हैं कि देश की बेटियों के कोई अधिकार नहीं है, उनके साथ वो रात में कुछ भी क्राइम करेंगे, दिन में कहीं पर भी उनको जिंदा जलाएंगे। अगर वो इस हद तक क्राइम करेंगे तो फांसी का फंदा उनके लिए इंतजार कर रहा है।
On to our next focus story of the day. As India fights against COVID-19, we must remember 5 things to help stop the deadly virus. Wash hands often, cough into elbow, don't touch your face, keep safe distance. If you feel sick, stay home. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urged the nation to unite in tackling the novel coronavirus challenge. He requested citizens to follow certain measures to ensure the containment of the fast-spreading virus. He emphasized on the importance of not taking the pandemic lightly and the need to be aware and proactive towards prevention of COVID-19. Prime Minister urged citizens to follow the concept of Janata Curfew on 22nd of March, that's this Sunday, from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., wherein no one apart from those involved with essential services are supposed to venture out of their home. Urging the state governments to take the lead, Prime Minister asked all youth organizations, including the NCC and the NSS, civil societies to generate awareness among people about Janata Curfew. He urged everyone to try to inform at least 10 other people over phone about this self-imposed curfew.
जनता कर्फ्यू यानी जनता के लिए, जनता द्वारा खुद पर लगाया गया कर्फ्यू 22 मार्च रविवार को सुबह 7 बजे से रात 9 बजे तक सभी देशवासियों को जनता कर्फ्यू का पालन करना है। इस जनता कर्फ्यू के दरमियान कोई भी नागरिक घरों से बाहर न निकले।
Prime Minister said that there are many brave people who are in the forefront of fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. To pay respects to their huge service to the nation during such trying times, Prime Minister suggested that on March 22nd at 5 p.m., all citizens should acknowledge and salute their efforts by standing in balconies and at the doors of their house and clap or ring bells for 5 minutes as a show of appreciation. He urged the local government across the country to indicate the timing through the blaring of a siren at 5 p.m. Prime Minister also urged the business community and higher income groups to look after the economic needs of those from lower income groups, urging them not to cut their salary on the days they are unable to come to work. He called for compassion and empathy towards these people. Prime Minister also assured the countrymen that there would be no shortage of any essential items like food, milk, medicines, etc. He urged people to not resort to panic buying.
संकट के इस समय में मेरा देश के व्यापारी जगत उच्च आय वर्ग से भी आग्रह है कि अगर संभव है तो आप जिन जिन लोगों से सेवाएं लेते हैं उनके आर्थिक हितों का ध्यान रखें। हो सकता है आने वाले कुछ दिनों में ये लोग दफ्तर ना आ पाए, आपके घर ना आ पाए, ऐसे में उनका वेतन न काटे, पूरी मानवीयता के साथ, संवेदनशीलता के साथ फैसला ले। हमेशा याद रखिएगा, उन्हें भी अपना परिवार चलाना है, अपने परिवार को बीमारी से बचाना है। मैं देशवासियों को इस बात के लिए भी आश्वस्त करता हूं कि देश में दूध, खाने पीने का सामान, दवाइयां, जीवन के लिए जरूरी ऐसी आवश्यक चीजों की कमी ना हो, इसके लिए तमाम कदम उठाए जा रहे हैं।
To deal with the economic challenges caused by the pandemic, Prime Minister announced the creation of a COVID-19 Economic Response Task Force under the Union Finance Minister. The task force will consult stakeholders, take feedback on the basis of which decisions will be taken to meet the challenges. The task force will also ensure implementation of the decisions taken to meet these challenges.
कोरोना महामारी से उत्पन्न हो रही आर्थिक चुनौतियों को ध्यान में रखते हुए सरकार ने, भारत सरकार के वित्त मंत्री के नेतृत्व में, फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर के नेतृत्व में सरकार ने एक कोविड-19 इकोनॉमिक रिस्पांस टास्क फोर्स, इसके गठन का फैसला लिया है। ये टास्क फोर्स सारे स्टेक होल्डर से नियमित संपर्क में रहते हुए, फीडबैक लेते हुए, हर परिस्थिति का आकलन करते हुए निकट भविष्य में फैसले लेगी। ये टास्क फोर्स ये भी सुनिश्चित करेगी कि आर्थिक मुश्किलों को कम करने के लिए जितने भी कदम उठाए जाएं, उन पर प्रभावी रूप से अमल हो।
On the clarion call of Prime Minister Modi, 7 crore traders across the country will shut down their shutters on Sunday to participate in Janata Curfew. About 40 crore employees of traders will remain at their home. It is for the first time in the country when trade leaders of the country have taken a decision of a nationwide closure of shops through WhatsApp message. In Delhi, nearly 15 lakh traders and about 35 lakh of their employees will participate in Janata Curfew on the 22nd of March. Sri Lanka has ordered a countrywide curfew to be imposed from 6 p.m. today to 6 a.m. on Monday to tackle the COVID-19 situation. A total of 59 people have tested positive so far and over 250 are under observation. Most of them are those who have returned from high-risk countries like Italy and South Korea. Police had earlier requested Sri Lankans returning from Korea and Italy early this month to submit their details to police as they were not put on quarantine. President Gotabaya Rajapakse has requested the Sri Lankan nationals who had returned from other countries to act responsibly. Meanwhile, the total number of active coronavirus cases in India has risen to 171, including 32 foreign nationals. One case each has been recorded from Chhattisgarh, Puducherry, Chandigarh, Uttarakhand and West Bengal. The highest number of confirmed cases have been recorded from the western part of India and the state of Maharashtra. A total of 19 persons have been cured and discharged from the quarantine centers, while 4 deaths have been recorded till date. The central government has instructed to stagger working hours and to draw rosters for 50% of the staff to work from home on alternate weeks till 4th of April. All ministries have been asked to install thermal scanners in government buildings. Ministries have been asked to discourage entry of visitors to government offices. Visitors and temporary passes have been stopped with immediate effect. Amid growing threat of coronavirus, government is continuously making efforts to contain the deadly virus. The number of coronavirus cases in India has surpassed 173, taking the death toll to 4. In the latest advisory, government has requested senior citizens above the age of 65 to remain at home. The government has also banned the entry of all international commercial passenger planes from March 22nd to 29th.
No scheduled international commercial passenger aircraft shall take from any foreign airport for any airport in India after 0001 hours GMT of March 2020. Department of Personnel and Training has issued orders to reduce the contact and congestion in government offices. These include allowing Group C and D employees to attend offices on alternate weeks and staggered timings for Group A and B employees. States shall issue instructions for regulating hours in the services except for essential services. States shall issue directions to private sector to consider work from home wherever feasible.
Earlier in the day, Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan chaired a meeting of the group of ministers on Thursday to review the preparedness in order to combat the spread of the virus. Various ministers and cabinet secretaries also attended the 8th meeting of the group of ministers. The ministers reviewed the preparations at central and state level to contain COVID-19. It is noteworthy that Prime Minister Narendra Modi constituted the group of ministers on February 3rd to tackle the impact of novel coronavirus. Apart from this, government has been making various efforts at different levels to combat the spread of the virus. The government has created a WhatsApp chat box on Corona. It is called MyGov Corona Helpdesk. Just save on WhatsApp 901 315 1515. I repeat the number 901 31 51515, and you will get automated response on queries related to coronavirus. Delhi Metro Railway in an advisory has called upon metro travellers to use metro for essential travel only, maintain social distancing at least 1 meter distance from each other while travelling in the metro or at the station, that is standing passengers not allowed and alternate seats to be left vacant. Further, random thermal scanning of passengers will be carried out at all metro stations. In case anyone has fever or is observed to have any symptoms of coronavirus, he or she will be referred for medical tests and quarantined to the authorities. Trains may not stop at such stations which may be having crowds less than expected distance of 1 meter between the passengers. This may be altered depending on the exigencies of the situation. In course of the journey and stay within the metro premises, passengers are required or requested to follow the advisory issued by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, from time to time to contain the spread of coronavirus. Any passenger who has symptoms similar to those infected by COVID-19 are strictly advised to travel by the metro or any other mode of public transport. At the end of it, it said, let us all resolve to deal with this global crisis with patience and cooperate with the authorities to mitigate its spread. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will meet the ministers for animal husbandry, dairy and fisheries, civil aviation, MSMEs and tourism in view of the coronavirus scare. She will take feedback and assess the economic impact of COVID-19. The Reserve Bank will inject liquidity of 10,000 crores through open market operations today to maintain financial stability in the system in the wake of coronavirus outbreak in the country. RBI had in a release said that with the highlighting of COVID-19 pandemic risks, certain financial market segments have been experiencing a tightening of financial conditions as reflected in the hardening of yields and widening of spreads. It is important to ensure that all market segments remain liquid and stable and function normally. Accordingly, the Reserve Bank has decided to conduct open market operations through a multi-security auction using the multiple price method. The result of the auction will be announced today only, and the payment of successful participants will be made during the banking hours on March 23rd. Nepal is conducting extensive screening of people going from India at the Indo-Nepal border town of Kakarvita. This is being done as a preventive measure against the spread of coronavirus. Let us now take a look at the impact of COVID-19 on the world, which has over 2,20,000 cases and over 9,000 deaths worldwide that are reported. The situation in Italy is alarming. Coronavirus has killed more people in Italy than in any other country after deaths there rose by 427 in a day on Thursday. The number of deaths now stand at 3,405, which is more than in China, where the virus originated last year. A lockdown imposed on the 12th of March in Italy has been extended beyond the original March 25th end date. Nearly all Italians have been told to stay at home. Despite these measures, the number of new cases and deaths has continued to spiral in the European nation. Chinese city of Wuhan, the original epicenter of the coronavirus pandemic, and the surrounding Hubei province reported no new cases in the last 24 hours, providing hope in the global fight against the pandemic. China also reported 34 new cases in the past 24 hours, all among those who had recently returned to the country. While the country's health ministry did not report any new case, it recorded 8 new deaths. China has officially reported 3,245 deaths since registering the first case at the end of last year. US President Donald Trump has called on US health regulators to expedite potential therapies aimed at treating COVID-19 amid the fast-spreading coronavirus outbreak, saying it could lead to a breakthrough while a vaccine is still under development. Trump, speaking at a news conference, pointed to efforts on Gilead Sciences Inc. experimental antiviral drug remdesivir and the generic anti-malarial drug hydroxychloroquine, saying he had called on the US Food and Drug Administration to streamline its regulatory approval process.
A drug called chloroquine, and some people would add to it hydroxychloroquine. So chloroquine or hydroxychloroquine. Now, this is a common malaria drug. It's also a drug used for strong arthritis. Somebody has pretty serious arthritis also uses this in a somewhat different form. We're going to be able to make that drug available almost immediately, and that's where the FDA has been so great. They've gone through the approval process. It's been approved, and they did it. They took it down from many, many months to immediate. So we're going to be able to make that drug available.
The COVID outbreak has spread all over the world, and WHO has now come up with an advisory to the general public on how to cope with stress during the outbreak. It cautions against smoking, usage of alcohol or drugs, while focusing on having proper diet, sleep and exercise. If you are a parent, it's also important to spend extra time with your children, giving them extra attention and reassuring them of their safety. WHO has asked the general public to be ready to tackle the COVID-19 outbreak by being safe, smart and kind. Be safe from infection by avoiding crowded places, especially senior citizens and those with underlying conditions. Be smart by informing yourself with accurate information from WHO or government agencies. Be kind by showing empathy to those affected by the outbreak and avoiding stigma. United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Gutteres has warned that a global recession is a near certainty, and the current national responses to the coronavirus pandemic will not address the global scale and complexity of the crisis. He also urged coordinated, decisive and innovative policy actions from the world's leading economies.
If we let the virus spread like wildfire, especially in the most vulnerable regions of the world, it would kill millions of people. As we need to immediately move away from a situation where each country is undertaking its own health strategies to one that ensures in full transparency a coordinated global response, including helping countries that are less prepared to tackle the crisis. Governments must give the strongest support to the multilateral effort to fight the virus, led by the World Health Organization, whose appeals must be fully met. The health catastrophe makes clear that we are only as strong as the weakest health system. Global solidarity is not only a moral imperative, it is in everyone's interests.
Back home, news from Madhya Pradesh, which is battling with political crisis. The Supreme Court has ordered the Madhya Pradesh Assembly Speaker to conduct a floor test today. The floor test is likely to begin at 2 p.m. The fate of the 15-month-old Kamal Nath government continues to remain in uncertainty following the resignation of 22 Congress MLAs. Further directing that voting shall take place by show of hands, the court said the proceedings must conclude by 5 p.m. Meanwhile, ahead of the floor test, the ruling Congress and the opposition BJP on Thursday night issued whips to their respective legislators. Madhya Pradesh Assembly Speaker N.P. Prajapati has accepted the resignation of the 16 Congress MLAs. Well, that's all we have time for in this edition of news. Remember, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye-bye.